When people think Temecula wine country, they picture small lots and premium prices for average size homes. Now Richmond American has 3 new communities here. 2 of those communities have huge homes on huge lots, and one of them, which is the Crestview, is more of your standard size lots. Now for the Goldenview and Sablewood, they're not building as many homes. It's probably about 20 to 30 homes for those communities. Those are very luxury homes. We're talking 3, 4, 5,000 square foot homes. Some of them even have like 20,000 square foot lots. So Goldenview is one that they only have one model, and then here at Crestview is where they have 5 different floor plans but 3 models that I'll be showing you guys today. So for Crestview, we're going to be showing you guys 3 different floor plans. We got the Lindsay, we have the Laurel, and we have the Laurel. So these are going to range from square footage of 1,820 square feet all the way up to 2,170 square feet. I think you guys are going to love it. Alright guys, if you're new to this channel, my name is Christian Medina. I've been a realtor here in the Inland Empire for almost 20 years. And on this channel, I help families relocating from LA and Orange County find a space and price point that just doesn't exist where they're coming from. Today we're in Sommers Bend, Temecula's final master plan community inside a neighborhood called Crestline, Goldenview, and Sablewood Estates, built by Richmond American. It opened this past March, so we're about 4 months in now, and I want to show you what they actually have here. As I mentioned earlier, Goldenview and Sablewood has no models to show. Goldenview has one model that I'll be featuring probably towards the end of this video if I can get access to it, but the ones we're going to focus on today is Crestview. They have 3 models for us to show you, a total of 5 floor plans though. Now before we walk in, let's talk about where you'd actually be living. Sommers Bend sits right off the 15 freeway in the heart of Temecula wine country. If you need Ontario International Airport, you're looking at around a 49-minute drive. San Diego is roughly an hour to an hour and 15 minutes if you go up to 15. And if work still has you commuting toward Orange County, you're looking at about an hour and 50 minutes as well toward John Wayne, which is probably close to what you're driving right about now, just for a completely different home and a completely different price point. Now this is also a neighborhood that you're not just betting on. Sommers Bend is zoned for Temecula Unified, the highest rated school district in all Riverside County. You have Rancho Elementary, Margarita Middle, and Temecula Valley High School. The community already has 2 pools, a recreation center, a 20-acre sports park with basketball courts and ball fields, and 8 miles of trails built out. And the most exciting thing is that you're less than 10 minutes away from all the wineries, shopping this area is known for. So this isn't a neighborhood that might come together in 5 years. It's been open since March, and the amenities are already up and running. Alright, so let's take a look at the plan 1, which is called the Lindsay. So this is the Lindsay. It's 1,820 square feet. It's 3 bedrooms plus a loft, and it has 2.5 bathrooms. They have one right now that's for an August move-in, and I'll go over pricing here towards the end of the video, so stay tuned, okay? All of these are going to have that single door entry. Alright, as we come in, you're going to have a guest closet right at the entrance, so perfect when people are coming in and want to take their jackets off if it's a rainy day, or if you guys are a family that have take your shoes off, you can do that there as well. And over here they have your first bathroom, which is going to be your powder room. Okay, so it's just a sink and a toilet. And then here is where everything kind of opens up. So you have the great room. You have your dining area there, right in the middle. And then at the far end, you have your kitchen. So it kind of opens up like that over here. No kitchen island on this one. You wouldn't be able to fit like a big one here, but sometimes I don't know, I go out to IKEA and I'll look for those little ones that you can wheel into the kitchen that seem to work out pretty good. But good counter space here. You know, you got an L-shaped counter space. You got your uppers and your lowers. You got a pantry here on this side, a step-in pantry. And then right next to it, you have your microwave and your oven, electric stove. And what I always look for is that deep sink or farmer sink, and you have I have to have that window there. I had to be able to have someone to stare at, something to stare at. And let's go out and check out the backyard here. All right, so we're gonna step out here, and again, this is the community that has the smaller lots. Okay, so these are probably about 6,000 square feet, maybe a little bit bigger. But of the three communities that Richmond American is building, this is the one with the smaller lots here. Okay, so but still enough space here to be able to go in and out. If you had, guests over or family, you can set up a barbecue somewhere here in the back and still be able to entertain. All right, let me close this door. And then straight ahead is that would be your garage, but it's a sales office right now. So I'm gonna talk really low here. You have another guest closet here, some more linen spots, storage spots over here. And then here to the left, we're gonna go right upstairs. Check this out. Big window up here in the middle of the landing. And then finally, as we get up to the top of the second floor, we go right into the loft area. So it's a really good size loft. For this home, you guys can use it as a second, living room for the kids, or office space, whatever you guys want to do. That side would be the primary, but we're gonna go see that last. Right next door is the bathroom, so you have a full bath. Look how high that ceiling is. It's taking up the full 9 feet with a backslash all the way up to the top. But double sinks here. In the back up, you have more linen spot right next to the bathroom, which is cool. So if you forget a towel, you can just run right to the door and get your towel. Right across from here is going to be the laundry room area. Again, high ceilings, got some shelving there, and everything's cool because the laundry room is upstairs, because this is where all the bedrooms are at. And then you have your back-to-back room, so we'll go with this one. So in this one, they're featuring here a full-size bed, high ceilings. You got nice daylight here from this side of the window, that side of the window as well. In the room, it's your standard secondary room size, probably a 12 by 12 on this one. And then you have your closet space there. Pop into the next room, it's right next door, and it's probably about the same size if I had to guess. But again, it just feels bigger with the high ceiling and these big, tall, long windows. Okay. And then we're gonna go across finally to the primary room. And not a bad size either. So remember, this one is just a little over 1,800 square feet. And by this one, I mean this property. And windows almost on every wall here. You got your nice big one there. This is probably about a queen size bed. Alright, so there's your entry, and then here is going to be the entry to the primary bath. So as you step in here, you have your closet, deep closet. So you can walk in, it goes all the way up to here. Okay, walk out, you're going to make a left, and we're going to get to this tall shower too. Look at that's a huge shower. You can have a party in there. You can fit about 4 people in there. It's so big. You got the double sinks, the toilet room over here. Nice wide door. Got your window there. And then finally, this is probably gonna be another linen spot here, right at the entry. So again, if you forget your towel, you can just open that glass door and grab your stuff. But anyways, all right guys, well this is the tour of the Plan 1 called the Lindsay. So right now we're gonna head over to the plan 2. Real quick, if you're watching this and you're seriously thinking about making the move to the Inland Empire, here's something that most buyers don't even realize. My service as your realtor costs you nothing, zero, nada. The builder pays my commission. You get someone in your corner who knows this market, who knows these builders, and is looking out for your best interests, not the builders, at zero cost to you. You don't have to figure this out alone. Scan the QR code on your screen right now to set up a time to talk. We'll go over your situation, your budget, and whether or not this community is a right fit for you. Now let's check out plan number 2. All right, so I'm making my way out to the plan 2 model. This one's called the Laurel. This property here has 3 bedrooms, a loft, 2.5 baths, and this one's approximately 2,360 square feet, of course with your 2-car garage. So let's go ahead and take a look at this one. So as I mentioned, for some reason these builders are adding just a single door. I wish it would have been like a double door entry to make it wider. Just makes it easier when you're moving too with the big furniture. But as you come in right here to the first bathroom, which is going to be your powder room. So you got your sink there and of course the toilet area. If I go out this way, you'll see the staircase in here to the upstairs. The glasses away. And you'll see how the balusters just kind of wrap around the top of the second floor. But let's look here at the hallway. So as you're coming through, this here to your left is going to be a garage. And as you step into this part of the home, it just opens all the way up. You got your great room. Over there in the back, you'll see your dining area, much bigger spot than the first one we saw. And if I step back here, you're going to see this huge kitchen. I mean, this kitchen is amazingly nice. Look how big that island is. That thing is gigantic, very massive. Before I circle back in there, we missed a spot over here. So this must be like a storage closet. Yeah. So you got your storage closet here. And let's get back to the kitchen, guys. This kitchen is spectacular. Look at this island. How many feet this is? You got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, about 9 feet long. So here you can sit about 1, 2, 3, 4, about 5 people here. You got the farmer sink here. No need for a window because you're out here washing and you're entertaining. You got your guests, you got your kids here maybe. Let me turn them back around. So here you got your upper cabinets, a lot of storage space, your bottoms, your electric stovetop, your exhaust fan here that goes outside of the house, doesn't linger around. You have a microwave over there and your oven and refrigerator. And again, all this storage space. But my favorite thing is this, because again, if you're entertaining, you're sitting back here in the kitchen, TV's here on this side, you got your sectional here for your guests, and then you have your dining area here. Look how big this area is. This is huge. And I'll show you guys the great room again. This is a big jump from the Plan 1 as far as size goes. And then here, same concept. If you want your indoor, outdoor traffic, you got your backyard. Again, this is what we consider low maintenance. Especially if you put turf back here, you don't have to do anything for the back. So if you're someone that doesn't want to do any lawn work or pay for any gardeners, this is the home for you because there's really nothing to do. HOA takes care of the front, you take care of your back, and you don't have too much stuff to take care of. But I want to pan one more time through this room because look how big this is. That island, oh my gosh. And I get excited because I am the cook at the house. So I'm the one that cooks meals. I love a lot of counter space. If I do have people over that want to help out with, if we're having buffet style lunches or dinners, You're not here bumping elbows for people. There's a lot of room here, a lot of counter space. All right, so that was exciting. Let's go out to the second floor. Now this, the way it opened up the kitchen, it's so far my favorite between this one and the Plan 1. What do you guys think? Did you guys like this one? What would you change about the way the kitchen and the great room opens? All right, so here we go up to the landing, and look at this lot space too. It's huge. This almost looked like the same size of a great room from a different home that I featured in Fontana. It was about the same size, and they have it up here on the second floor. So again, high ceiling up here. Right next door is the primary, but we're gonna leave that for last. Walk down the hallway. You have a long laundry room area. It's about 7 feet deep. Here they're featuring uppers and lowers and a sink. High ceilings. We're gonna step over here to the right. We're gonna have a spot here for your towels or just like linen. Good spot. A lot of storage space. And then right next door you have the bathroom. So full bath. Again, these are long entrances. All the way out here to the tub and shower. Got your double sinks there. And here you go, guys. So you have the first secondary bedroom, full-size bed, high ceiling, big windows. This one has a step-in closet. You can step in through there. So a good sized room. We're gonna go over to the next one, over here. This one feels a little bit bigger. Still a full-size bed here. But good size for the young kids, even teenagers. Back when I was growing up, part of my young teenage life I had to share with my brother until we got something bigger. So these kids here are so lucky. So here we're finally stepping here to the primary room. And look the way this one opens up. That's nice. This one goes really deep. It's probably about 7 or 8 feet across. Let's walk into this angle. You have the big windows. You're gonna circle around here. This is a big space. This might be like a California King. It's a very wide and long. And then here you're gonna walk into the primary bath. Got your double sinks there, big mirror, toilet room area there. You have your step-in shower here. Again, high ceiling, very nice. We saw the double sinks and the walk-in closet. It's a good size. See it all the way across this way. And you got more stuff here on the other side. So a good space. So this one again is 2,360 square feet. All right, guys, so that's the end of the Plan 2 model. So let's go ahead and visit the Plan number 3. All right, guys, so we made it to the Plan 3. And just as a reminder, this one's called the Laurel. And this one, you're gonna be really amazed on how it opens up. Check out this whole area here. So as you come in through that front door, right to the right, you'll see the staircasing. And it's awesome the way it just kind of wraps around the upstairs. And then down below here, we have the great room. So we have great room over here. We have the dining area over here. And then finally, the kitchen. So the kitchen's a little to the side here, but it's still open enough to be able to entertain people kind of where the camera's standing out right now. All right, so we're here back in the kitchen. So here you're gonna have granite countertops, A lot of storage space, right? You got your uppers, you got your lowers, stainless steel appliances. You got a nice farmer sink, and you got the awesome window here to be daydreaming with. But check out this whole space, this gigantic island. What they feature on these islands too is that aside from the storage space, is that they have the outlets on both sides of the island. It wraps around pretty much the kitchen area. You have three seating areas here that you can add to it. So just imagine if you're in a quick hurry, need to grab a quick breakfast with the kids, you know, serve the food over here on the island, or they can go over to the dining room area. But picture this also when you have guests over, you know, for any parties, Christmas, Thanksgiving, this whole area nice and open. People will come in through that front door, but you're still able to entertain from the kitchen down to this area, the dining. And then you have the backyard as well. So if you follow me over here, you can have your indoor and outdoor traffic. You just open the door and you can have people just coming in and out. So as I mentioned at the top of the video, Crestview is the one that has more of the smaller lots. So the other two communities are gonna have the bigger lots and the bigger homes at a bigger price. But these are more like your standard 5,000 to 6,000 square foot, you know, total lot size. But still enough space here to do and hang around with family. You can set up a barbecue grill over here, a nice patio table here. And if you're watching the game, a fight or anything, you can just walk in and out here of the out of the house. Let's finish it back in the kitchen again. So as I mentioned before, we had all the uppers, the lowers, the stainless steel appliances. You got your microwave, your oven, a good sized pantry over here too. It's a cool little step-in pantries for more space. And of course, again, all the counter space. And as you guys know, as of 2025, everything that's being built with the homes are electric stoves now. So everything's electric. So that's why you see the electric stove top here. And then of course you have your stove on that side. All right. Well, let's go back here to the dining area. And if you stay in that section, you can kind of see how far back it goes from the kitchen to the great room. And I'll go here to the great room. So here you can set up a nice little sectional. They have a big niche here, so you can set up a huge TV. I know nowadays we're going bigger and bigger with the TVs. This wall definitely has that space for those gigantic TVs. All right, so go ahead and follow me here. We're gonna go out to the hallway. So as I mentioned before, this is a 4-bedroom home and it has a study room. So you'll see the study here. And this is probably something that you can switch over to a 5th bedroom if you wanted to as well. Go lower with the camera. Yeah. So you can kind of see how big this is. You have high ceilings. This is probably about 9-foot ceilings. When you get to the middle part of the home, that's probably about 20 feet. But you nice big natural light with a big window over here. And a great place actually for, you know, to set up an office, especially for those of you that work from home. And then right next door, you have your powder room. So it's your first bathroom. So it's just the toilet and the sink area. And then right behind me is the garage. So these are locked, but it's a 2-car garage. Plus you have a guest, well, this is more of a guest, it's like a storage closet on that one. Very cool. Let's head up upstairs. All right, so let's head up upstairs. And I like the way the balusters here and the rails are set up. As I mentioned, how it kind of wraps around the bottom floor. As you get to the landing, you have a spot here for like linen spots. We're gonna go here to my left to see the secondary bedrooms. All right, so this is the first secondary bedroom. This is a full-size bed. These are your standard size rooms. As I mentioned in other videos, these are probably about a 10 by 10 or 10 by 12 room. But it's a good size. You have a sliding closet door over there. windows, you know, on this side of the wall, on that side of the wall as well. And as we come out, we're gonna go over to the, well, before we enter that room, we have the bathroom. So there's a mirror over here. So you got double sinks. You have your double sinks, your full bath and shower. And right behind is gonna be the bedroom number 2, the other secondary room, which is the one I'm walking through right now. So again, this one actually feels a little bit smaller than the last one we just saw. You got a full-size bed, but it could be maybe just the way the walls are kind of situated on this one. The closet's kind of being pushed out a little bit more here, but not bad. All right, so the next one we're gonna walk into, you have the laundry room area. So it's a good size. You still have high ceilings. You have the, you know, washer and dryer. You got your sink, upper and lower cabinets. And finally, you have your third secondary room. So as I mentioned, again, it's 4 bedrooms. We're gonna go over to the primary room. This one also has a big good sized window. And what I can say about this is the decoration that they use here is real nice. And then finally, we're gonna walk over to the primary room. Look at the way this one opens up. Huge windows, high ceiling. You probably have a king size bed here, what it looks like to me, but a really big area. So go around this way. On this side, you can, you know, hook up your big screen TV as well. And then this side is going to take you over to the primary bath. You're going to have your double sinks. You're also going to have your tub here. So now these tubs, probably an upgrade for these, okay? Big window, you got a big shower, high ceilings here. The backsplash goes all the way up. So they don't cut it off like you see in the other homes. It goes straight up to the top of the ceiling. And then finally, a big closet. So walk-in closet here. So it goes all the way this way, and part of it will go back on this side of the closest door. So you can kind of get a feeling of what this room looks like. This is where all your Wi-Fi stuff is gonna go, your router, everything's connected over here to the primary room. That gives access to all the other bedrooms. All right, guys. All right, so that's it for the Plan 3. On the next section, we're gonna be talking about pricing. All right, guys, so we made it to the pricing section. So let's talk about Plan 1, which is called the Lindsay. Right now, they have one available for an August move-in. That's Homesite 56. And that one's going for $781,912. This one's gonna be a corner lot. Okay, the next one is called Alisal. So this is the one that wasn't modeled, so I'm just gonna go over the information on that one. They do have one that's available. It's an August move-in as well. That one's priced at $792,025. And that one is 3 bedrooms plus a loft, 2.5 baths. And that one's 2,130 square feet. So the Plan 1, 1,820. This next one is 2,130 square feet. The Plan 2, which is the Laurel, this is the second one that features here in this video. They have one available for August move-in as well. And the reason I keep bringing up August move-in is first because it's on the sheet, and second is these are the ones they offer incentives on, okay? So these are more for like quicker-ish move-ins. So the Plan 2, that one is 2,360 square feet, 3 bedrooms plus that loft, 2.5 baths, and that one is priced at $819,567 square feet. Okay, again, that's the Laurel Plan 2. The next one is going to be their Plan 3. On that one, they have 2 that are available, but let's go over the stats on it. So 2,170 square feet. So it's actually the Plan 3 was actually smaller than the Plan 2. This one is, they have 2 of them. So there's 2 of them for an August move-in, and I only have a price for one of them right here. So that one is starting off at $800,080. So $800,080. 4 bedroom. It had that nice study room downstairs, 2.5 baths, and again it's 2,170 square feet. They have another one that's going to be coming back, but they didn't. I don't have a price for that one, but it looks like it's going to be an August move-in too. And then finally, they have a home site number 5, and this is another one that wasn't featured here, so I'll go over the specs really quick. That one was the biggest one. That's 2,522 square feet, 4 bedrooms plus a loft, and it has 3.5 baths. And that one is priced at $850,339. Okay, so let's talk about the incentives here. So I'll remind you guys again on these videos. The incentives I give today, and today is July 16th, but these are all subject to change at any point. So today it can be this rate, next week can be a different rate. If you're curious about the rate before even coming, give me a call and I'll find out for you, and then we can make an appointment to show up here and show you which homes are actually offering this rate. So they are offering for the August move-ins a 3.976% ARM. Okay, that's the rate that they're doing for a buy down. So ARM means that it's going to be at that rate for a period of time. Okay, I'll find out more and I'll put it in the description if this is going to be a 3-year ARM or a 5-year ARM. Okay, it doesn't say it here on this sheet of paper. The other one that they're offering for a September move-in, they're offering a rate at 5.375%. Okay, now that one doesn't say if it's an ARM or not. That's just what they're offering, again, as of today, guys. So any of these can change. It can be lower, it can be higher, or it can just be no rate buy down, and they can just be offering you cash on incentives. Now, as far as cash for closing costs, it all depends, according to the sales agent here, it all depends on which lot, when you're moving in, and right now anything can be negotiable. Okay, typically on the ones that they'll negotiate on is on homes that are standing inventory, homes that are built out already. So I would say like the Plan 3, the Laurel, they have 2 right now that are standing. So those, they may be able to work out something better or something more other than the tax rate. Okay, HOAs, we do have HOAs here. So just so you guys know, when you see a new community, I would say about 99% of those communities are going to have an HOA, and they're going to have a special assessment, a special tax, mellow roofs, whatever, a CFT, whatever you want to call it. So don't be shocked when you see new construction, and I mentioned HOA and special tax. It's more than 99% chance it's going to have it. Okay, so if you don't like HOAs, stay away from homes that are built from the 2000s and up, because those are the ones that are most likely to have it. Okay. Now, when I say about HOAs, it's pros and cons. It's not for everyone. You know, sometimes some HOAs, you got to read through all the rules before you even sign on the dotted line and you want to secure a home. Make sure that the rules that are there are stuff that you want to live in, because some HOAs are harder than others. Some are a little more flexible. What I will say is that most HOAs, all they care about is the exterior front of the home. Most of them. I'm going to say all of them. You can't modify those. You can't change the color. You can't add a fence in front of the home. For that stuff, you'll need permission. The interior should be all you. The backyard, most of the time, is all you. But again, it all depends on the HOA. So HOAs here are approximately $296 right now, and that build out, they'll be $260. What that means is after they build all 104 homes, after all those homes are occupied, that's going to go from $296 to $260. Okay, and what does it feature? So the community amenities here, it's a resort style amenities. You have 2 spas, 2 pools. You have a clubhouse with state-of-the-art kitchen, outdoor fireplace, tot lot playground, and there's also a fitness center. All right. Now, other things that that you should know about pricing and what's going to affect your payment: total tax rate. Here it's 1.7%. Still a little high. I mean, I've been to other communities. You guys seen some of the ones I featured that are 1.9. I've seen some stuff that's over 2%. Not too bad here, 1.7%. I shouldn't say not too bad. It's still kind of high. It's still kind of high. Okay, so I like the 1.1, 1.2, maybe all the way up to 1.4. Once you start going a little bit higher, it starts getting a little more expensive. And the purpose of these is because it's a master plan community. They're covering fire station, police stations, all that stuff that's going to benefit the community, but it comes at a cost here to the residents. The earnest deposit here, so for whatever home you choose to like, and you guys want to make an offer, is going to be 2% of the purchase price. So whatever the purchase price is, just multiply that by 2%, and that's your initial deposit. Okay, that's what stays in escrow until the home closes. Solar, you can either purchase or lease them. They're provided by Sunrun. Now, they didn't put the costs here. I can find out more of the costs and I'll put it in the description below. Okay, because if you're gonna buy them, they're typically between $20,000 to $30,000 if you buy them outright. If you're gonna lease them, it can be anywhere from $120 to, I'm gonna say $200. I may be wrong on that, but I'll put it in the description below. And again, they have 5 floor plans here, 2-story homes from 1820 square feet all the way to 2520 square feet. As I mentioned earlier, some of the community highlights here are the local access to the 215 and 15 freeways, proximity to multiple shops and dining. You got the Old Town Temecula, and of course Temecula wine country. I really enjoy coming up here. It's fun, especially if you're a wine drinker like myself and my wife and some of my friends. Also recreation venues such as Temecula Recreational Center, Temecula Community Center, Ronald Reagan Sports Park, and Harveston Lake Park. School districts here is the Temecula Unified School District, and the schools you have Rancho Elementary, you're going to have Margarita Middle School, and then lastly you're going to have Temecula Valley High. So these are all between 2.4 miles to 4.4 miles distance away from this community here. Okay, and that's all I got for you guys here as far as pricing, all the numbers you should know. Alright guys, so if owning something like this fell out of reach because of where you're coming from, LA County, Orange County, this is exactly the kind of release I bring my clients to first. It doesn't cost you anything to have me walk you through these floor plans with you, negotiate the incentives, or compare any of these communities from one another. That's because the builder pays my commission, not you. Bringing me in to represent you doesn't add a single penny to your price. It just means someone is in your corner instead of the builder side. Click the link in the description or scan the QR code on screen right now, answer a few questions, and pick a time for a 15-minute call. I'll personally get back to you and walk you through the right steps. Again, this is Christian Medina. This is Moving to the Inland Empire, and I'll see you guys on the next video.